Hello budget people and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheese on a Budget and today we are back for another video. In this video I'll be going through my top 5 tips to help you kickstart the rest of the year. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in watching, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you are kept up to date with all of my future videos. But guys, we are back for something slightly different. I usually come in and share with you my budget layout in my budget planner, but instead of doing that today I thought I would come in with a little bit of motivation because we are 6 months into the year, meaning we have only 6 months left to make the small changes that we endeavored to do when we started 2023. So here goes guys. As always, these tips are just tips that I have learned throughout my 3 years experience in budgeting, and I'm not a financial advisor, so please take everything I say with a pinch of salt. If you are truly struggling with your finances, I always suggest that it is best to talk to a professional. But anyway, let's get into this video. So the first thing that I would say, and this is to anyone who is thinking about starting to address their finances, get into budgeting, look at their money in a different way, you need to identify what is going to trigger you into bad spending habits. For me, I had to learn this the hard way. I had bouts of being on the wagon and then off the wagon and then on it again, and it took me a while to really sit down and think about what are the things that are really tripping me up. Why do I continue to spend if I don't have any money? Why am I seeking to buy things to attain some sense of happiness? What is actually going on in other areas of my life? And that is when I realized that there was an initial trigger into these bad spending habits. One of mine is definitely stress. When I'm tired, stressed or worried about anything in my personal life, it definitely shows symptoms or manifests some ugly dark picture in my personal finances. So after identifying these figures, I have now put boundaries in place to try and combat them along the way. This can be something as simple as the cash envelope system that I use. When it comes to online spending, which is one of my downfalls, know that in order for me to make that purchase, I have to make a trek to the bank to deposit the money back in there in order for that to happen. So there are many steps I have to take, and that is how I'm able to reduce the amount of times that actually occurs. The next tip that I want to give you is to just go back to basics. There is nothing new under the sun, guys, meaning that no matter how much research you do, you're not going to find some hidden secret as to how to keep hold of your money that hasn't actually been shown. On the internet, there is a multitude of knowledge resources that you can use, and it isn't about trying to find the new thing or the next best thing. It's usually just about going back to what actually worked for you in the first place. And so, yes, sometimes people say that you can outgrow a system or your priorities change, but in most cases there was a reason why you initially started that particular course of action. So just go back to the beginning. There is absolutely no shame in starting anything again, when in fact the worst thing that you can actually do is just give up. The third tip that I have is called Revamp and Repurpose. Now guys, if you are on a budgeting journey, your aim is to spend as little unnecessary spending as possible. My third tip to you is all about saving those coins. My initial urge when I want to start something new or when I want to start afresh to go out and buy all the things, like literally all the things. But being a shop owner, I managed to combat that urge by making things myself, and there is absolutely no shame in that, even if you haven't got your own shop. Especially when it comes to cash envelopes, saving challenges, there is definitely an urge for us to go and buy the next new envelope or the next new thing. And my advice to you is to do the exact opposite. Yes, I'm a shop owner telling you not to buy new envelopes. Guys, there is nothing wrong with the envelopes that you have bought 2 months ago, 3 months ago, or even 6 months ago. Get those envelopes out. You know you have some envelopes hidden somewhere, maybe still in the packet that you've bought and you haven't used them. Get those envelopes out and repurpose them. Starting again doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy brand new equipment for everything that you want to do. Just start. And if I'm not talking to you and you are the type of person that does need to purchase new things in order to initiate motivation or inspiration, then that is absolutely fine as well, just as long as you make it fit within your budget. Going into June, I am revamping some envelopes for myself. I've actually bought in a new line, so I will definitely be using those, and just the idea of using them, guys, definitely gives me a bit more purpose in my budgeting. But at the same time, as I said, not everybody is in that position. I am truly privileged to have my own shop, and don't put yourself in debt in the process. The next thing I want to talk to you about is in regards to saving challenges, and it does fall off from the back of revamping and repurposing things that you have already got in your arsenal. I truly believe there is never a right time to start saving challenges. You might think, well, it's a 52-week challenge for a reason, so ideally start it at the beginning of the year, but that is absolutely false. You can start a savings challenge at any time at all. Ideally, your saving challenges should be as flexible as your budget, and sometimes your budget will say, I don't have any money to put to savings this month, and that is fine. And sometimes it will say, we do. You need to be following a savings plan that is just as flexible, and also go into all of these challenges with the mindset that it really doesn't matter if you don't cross off the next box in that challenge. The world is not going to fall down, guys, if you have to put a challenge on pause just for the period of time that you are currently in. If you've purchased one of my 52-week envelope challenges, I'll insert a picture of it here. Take out the envelopes from 26 up to 52. If you've started to put money into those first lot of envelopes, unstuff them and start again. You'll probably feel a lot better by just doing that one simple shift. And as far as any of the other savings trackers that I have, they are reusable for a reason, guys. You can take a cotton pad and some alcohol and literally wipe the slate clean and repurpose those challenges. I really do hope that helps. The last tip that I have is all about setting mid-year goals. I think a lot of us believe that once we set those goals in January, they are firm and cemented. And if by April, May, June we've fallen off, oh well, we'll just restart those goals at the beginning of the following year. But I'm here to tell you guys, it is absolutely not too late. You can reassess your goals now. Sometimes the reason why you have fallen off track is just because your life has changed, your dynamic has changed. Maybe you've changed jobs, maybe you've lost a portion of your income. For myself, my budget looks totally different to how it looked at the beginning of the year. But what I have done in that process is I have literally just shifted gears. I've taken things out, I've added things in, and that has allowed me to continue on the trajectory that I am. And as much as I'm going a lot slower than I did at the beginning of the year, I am definitely a lot better off than where I would be if I had completely just given up. So yeah, guys, I really do hope that some of these tips have given you food for thought and that they are helpful in some way, shape or form for you. But as always, if you do have any questions, do not forget to leave them in the comment box down below. But that's all for now, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are kept up to date with all of our future videos, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye, guys.